Welcome to the First Media Consulting Podcast, The Business Chronicles, where we dive deep into the stories of successful business owners. Here's your host, Didi and Nicholas. Thanks for joining today. Let's talk.
Welcome, everyone, and welcome back. We're so excited to introduce to you Mark Johnson. He's the owner of M. Paul General Contractors, LLC. How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing well, Didi. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do want to make one correction. I'm not the owner, but
Okay.
I am a partner in the business and the chief operating officer at M. Paul General Contractors.
Well, thanks for making that correction, because like I said, I speak to a lot of different business owners and partners and things of that nature. So this is all good. So let's dive into it, because the whole purpose of this show is to kind of bring a different perspective to our listeners about what you do for the business, how you go about, addressing success in your business, and also giving pointers for those that are aspiring entrepreneurs and those that are wanting to be business owners or are business owners, how you can really take that and give some ideas and some feedback for our listeners when it comes to that. So let's go ahead and dive into a little bit about your background.
Sure. If we talk about, a little bit about our business, my personal background, like yourself, I'm a military veteran. Had a career in the Army.
Thank you for your service.
Hey, thank you as well. It was my honor and pleasure to serve. It really was 18 and a half years in the Army. And, after retirement, we're still young. We don't realize it at the time. We spent this career and they call it retirement. But, I was in my early 40s, and got into commercial contracting and general contracting at that time, construction management, and found to be a really good fit for me personally. I'm a team person by nature, and the Army was an extended locker room for me. It was another, just a giant team.
Absolutely. I like how you say that, because it is a team when you're in the military. Absolutely.
And I found that to be the case in construction management. I started out in the field and was running construction projects, and I had to build a team. I had to build rapport. I had to build camaraderie, and I had to motivate. I had to do all the same things I was doing in the military for all those years. So it was pretty seamless for me as a transition.
Well, that is inspiring for you to say that. And I always say there's no I in team. I've used that a couple times already, and I'm sure you're familiar with that phrase as well. Going into learning about your business, can you give us a little bit of insight? I know you do anything from design build to lean construction to project management, as well as pre-construction and value engineering. Can you explain maybe a couple of those?
Yeah, sure. So, the company was founded, we're owners reps and consultants, and we've taken that aspect of it. If an owner's rep, for anyone who doesn't know what that is, that would take a person that is wanting to build a construction project, build a business for themselves, and they need somebody to help navigate the permitting, the contracting, the pre-construction part, the design part, people have a dream and they have big bright eyes, and then when they getting into the minutia of what it takes to actually get that business off the ground, they need assistance. So that's kind of how the company was founded, and we've taken that concept and brought it forward into the general contracting world, where we really want to partner with our clients. We don't, we want to team up with them, assist them through the process of design, build, close out, and then we want to be there with them throughout the lifetime of their business. We're not a service company. We don't provide services, but we want to be a resource. 2-3 years down the road, something comes up, we want them to call us. We want, hey, and let me help you navigate through something else you're going through with your building or with your process, with where you're at. So, that's a little bit about who we are, what we do. got 22 people on our team at the moment, so we're, I think, considered a small, mid-sized commercial contractor.
Well, that's great. And it's interesting you say that you're actually holding your clients' hands as they walk through all these different steps, correct?
That is correct. That's exactly what we're doing. We communicate with them throughout the entire process, and during construction, I think one of the most important pieces of it is that weekly owner meeting, where you meet on site and they can actually physically put their eyes and see things coming up. And that's where all the questions arise. That's when they're like, why are you doing this? And why are you doing it? And why does that look like that? And, we can answer those questions along the way, and they're involved, they're invested, and they're part of the process the whole way through.
And I know you've been serving Central Florida for over 25 years, and kudos to you for, staying consistent in your vision and your mission. And I think that's very powerful, from hearing what you're saying and how you're taking those steps to continue to move in the right direction. So let's talk a little bit about success, if you will. What's the secret to your success?
I think being authentic, I think, for me, one thing that stuck out for me in my life early on was transparency and honesty and being impeccable with your word. I think there's a book that I read years ago, written by Miguel Ruiz, called The Four Agreements. And the very first agreement of the Four Agreements is be impeccable with your word. So if you say you're going to do something, you do it. And it's just the opposite way as well. If you can't do something, you need to be honest about that. Say, I can't do that. I won't be able to set expectations. You set an expectation for somebody, meet that expectation. Now you've developed some trust and you've started to build a relationship. And that's what the key to a business being open for 25 years. You don't do it on your own. I mean, this is all about relationships that we lean into from 20 years ago. People, we still have relationships with.
I get so excited because when I hear the word set expectations in business, that's the key to success. As long as you and your client are on the same page, everybody knows what the end result is going to be, correct?
Correct, exactly. And so there's no disappointment. I mean, that's the worst thing to do is, over promise, under deliver, right? That's the Zig Ziglar no-no, the Carnegie no-no, don't over promise, under deliver, right? And so that's where I really feel like and for me, it comes kind of organically, I just do what you say you're going to do, and you'll end up on the right side of it. The truth never needs to be defended. It stands right there on its own,
I like that. The truth never needs to be defended. Well, rolling into that, let's talk about some of the trends that are happening in your industry. Is there anything you want to share that you're noticing?
Yeah. So, obviously we came out of this thing called COVID. You may have heard of it. It was, it hit the world. And, things really changed. We were fortunate enough in Florida, to be able to continue to work and build and keep businesses open. The rest of the country and the rest of the world wasn't necessarily so fortunate. But one thing I've noticed coming out of it, the lead times and cost increases have leveled out. The costs are going down. But they're not at this rapid, up and right trend.
Right.
They're kind of leveled out. But office space, I see, office is slow to make a comeback after COVID, as far as, building out basic business office space. The medical side is always good. We're fortunate enough to be connected into that realm as well. And we do quite a bit of medical office space and dental projects, and that seems to be steady. But if there's any trend we see, we just haven't seen a big a big rebound of people actually returning to the office. Once this started happening, what we're doing right now, this became a little bit more, I think, acceptable. And then, the work from home model became a little bit prevalent. And so now those office spaces are slowly starting to be, reorganized, if you will, repositioned into something different. But
Wow, that's some good information that you're providing our listeners, Mark. Let's talk about a few challenges. Every business has challenges. What about yours?
that's interesting you say that. So our organization, as you mentioned, has been around for quite some time. And in 2020, 2021, my business partner and I, for various reasons, we stepped away from the company. We both had different things, and the company was left in the hands of some people that were trusted, and that didn't go well. It went very poorly, actually. And in the end of 2022, my partner Paul Goddard gave me a call and said, "Listen, I got to get back in there, and I need your help."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Let's go." Knew we were getting into something, didn't know quite what that challenge was going to be.
Right.
So we went through, between the beginning of 2023, we basically went through a complete reorganization.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one currently here that was there then. Now we were able to bring back some team members that we had worked with in the past. So we complete reorganization, complete rebuilding of a team, and through those challenges, and I'm just gonna be honest. I mean, if you hear the word reorganization in your company, buckle up, because it's quite an experience. But building a new team, putting a new team together, has been one of the biggest challenges and most rewarding experiences of my career, both military and post-military.
Right.
We've put together, in my opinion, the best team Paul's ever had, and I'll put us up with anybody in the city.
I think that is a success story unlike any other. When you mentioned the word reorganization, right? And and you guys didn't see the negatives. You did what you needed to do. You took a turn in the right direction. You came back, you reunited, you brought your team back, those that were, the right fit, and you pressed forward. So kudos to you for that. Let's talk about, as we wrap up here, any advice for those that are trying to be aspiring entrepreneurs or business owners that you can give, that you would like to share from your experience?
Yeah, I think sometimes we got to go back to the very beginning of why you got to start with why. That's Simon Sinek wrote that book. I think it's one of the most important business books out there, along with that one that I recently read by Phil Knight, Shoe Dog. I highly recommend that book. But you got to, why do you start? Why are you going to be an entrepreneur? Why are you going into business? What is it that you do that is just like, I would think if I'm going to start a bakery, it's because I love baking, sweet cakes and just put smiles on people's faces.
Right.
But then you can get lost in the business piece of it, right? Of the accounting piece, of all of it, the overhead, the rent, the whole deal of it, and you get in the baking part of it gets lost at times.
Mm-hmm.
So I would encourage people, because I've had to do it, and definitely during that reorganization period, was why do we do what we do? Because I loved the fact that the beginning of the project and taking a client through that process and presenting a building to them that they love and it's their dream. And then I also like to be able to drive around all over Central Florida and go, I had a piece in that. I had a part to play in that building, that structure, that school, that office, that medical office that's healing people. So don't ever forget your why. stick with that.
Very, very well said, man. That is so awesome. Good feedback for our listeners. Let's go ahead and wrap up. And can you provide our listeners with your phone number as well as your website?
Yeah. So you can get a hold of us. Best to get a hold of me, by cell phone. 407-607-9692 is my cell. We're at www.impulgc.com, but I will encourage folks to follow us. You can find us on LinkedIn. You can find us on Instagram as well. We're pretty active on both platforms. We put out a couple of posts a week, process of progress, and then some personal stuff about the team as well. So you can reach out to us that way.
Well, Mark, thank you so much, for being part of this podcast, and so excited to learn your journey to where you're at today. And congratulations for all the success that you have, and we wish you much more in the future.
Thank you very much, sir. I do appreciate the opportunity. I really do. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for tuning in to First Media Consulting Podcast. If you enjoyed the podcast, subscribe today. To nominate a business you would like to recommend to be on our show, go to firstmediaconsulting.com or call. Thank you for listening.